I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Detective Comics number 945. Can the Bat family defeat the Victim Syndicate while also warring with themselves? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, as the comic opens, Batman and Harper Row are questioning Stephanie Brown about the visit that was paid to her by the first victim. Steph is surprisingly tight about the whole thing. It's clear she's still very upset with Bruce over what happened with Tim. She hasn't really been able to deal with that, and because of it, she's sort of lashing out at everybody right now. But geez, if you think spoilers being tough on old Batman, it's nothing compared to how tough Batman is on himself. After all, this dude's a master of self-loathing, and after seeing that these Victim Syndicate people were just normal people caught in the crossfire of his crazy war on crime, he's really starting to second-guess himself, especially when he starts digging into his own past to try and uncover who the first victim could be. To try and combat the varied grab bag of superpowers that the Victim Syndicate is packing, Luke Fox Batwing has whipped up some enhancements for the group's suits. Now they're lemon-scented and have Wi-Fi, but you still can't pee in them, which is weird. Furthermore, Batman has called Leslie Tompkins to the Belfry to give every member of his team a psychological evaluation. Some, like Clayface, are rattled after their run-in with the Victim Syndicate, bringing up their past sins, and others, like Stephanie, are still reeling from the death of Tim. I'm of course still operating under the theory that Leslie is working with the first victims, and in fact this theory is further strengthened by the fact that her clinic comes under attack when she's not there. The Victim Syndicate do, however, run directly into John Paul Valley, aka Azrael, who gets to bust out his flaming sword, then assumedly gets beaten up in a 5-on-1 unfair fight. Geez, first he got beaten up by the Colony, now he got beaten up by these guys. Geez, who's he gonna get beaten up by in the next arc, I wonder? Spoiler gets absolutely furious when she discovers that Batman is actually watching her therapy time with Leslie, and in a really interesting turn of events, she says, "You know what, Batman? You know what, Bruce? I don't forgive you. I don't absolve you of your guilt. You were a bad man who constantly lets innocent people fall into your black hole." And then she pretty much storms off entirely. Of course, as the comic winds down, though, something rather unexpected happens. She goes into, well, what I guess is the mudroom, but I could be wrong, where she runs into Tim Drake. Now, is this the real Tim Drake or some sort of hallucination? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to read the next issue to find out, won't we? Detective Comics number 945 was actually a really solid issue that dealt with the theme of guilt. Not just with Batman either. I think we're pretty used to at this point seeing that guy feel guilty about stuff. It was everyone else who felt guilty in their own way. I especially dig the stuff with Clayface. In fact, James Tynion goes out of his way to write some interesting new lore with Clayface, basically saying the longer that he's in his monster form, the more spongy and elastic his brain becomes, losing his moral center. I also like the idea too that we're only 2 arcs into this newest series and we're beginning to understand why a Bat family team couldn't really stay together or has really been tried before up until this point. One thing that definitely did bother me, and you can call this a nitpicky complaint if you must, but when Batwoman and Luke are arguing, Batwoman says that Luke is only a hero for himself and hasn't really suffered like the other people on the team have. Only that's 100% not true, because if you read the criminally underrated Luke Fox Batwing solo series, you would know that his sister actually became brain dead because of a run-in with a supervillain. All the same though, I'd feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.